What's up, Towing the Mound? Welcome back to another great season. Hope everyone had a great off season. We had some big off season winter moves, some trades, some free agent signings. We had the salary dump, Miami to Toronto. Greinke to the Dodgers. What do you get? 150, 160 mil, 140 something. Hamilton to the Anaheim. Soriano to Washington. Kroom will like this. Bourne and Swisher to Cleveland. The Uptons to Atlanta. Bronx will like that, watching Hayward down there. Napoli to Boston. Victorino to Boston. Edwin Jackson to the Cubs. What do you get? 50 mil? 60 mil? Przynski to Texas. Hunter to Detroit. Euclid to the Yankees. Russell Martin to Pittsburgh. Keppinger to the White Sox. Drew to Boston. Loesch to Milwaukee. Boris gets it done again. Dempster to Boston. Markham to the Mets. And Danny Herron to Washington. Some free agents still left out there. This might be the end of the line for many of these guys. K-Rod, Valverde, Sheets, Oswalt, Pavano, Penny, Big Z, and Wolf. Some position players still available. Grady Sizemore, Freddie Sanchez, Scotty Rowland, Jimmy Tomei, Andrew Jones, Barlett, Terrio, Kennedy, Odog, Carlos Lee, Abreu, Johnny Dane, and Manny Ramirez to Taiwan or Japan or something. Maybe corn. Kind of an outline for today's video. The format, I'm going to piggyback off of Evan and Patty. Worst keepers, best value picks in the draft, worst draft picks, and season predictions at the end. First, I'd like to get it started off with this season is going to be dedicated to Stan the Man Musial. Top 10 greatest players of all time, if not top 5. Greatest Cardinal of all time. Got some numbers I'm going to throw at you guys. 331 career average, 3630 hits, that's 4th all time. 475 homers, 1950 RBIs, 6th all time. 1949 run score, that's good for 9th all time. 725 doubles, 3rd all time. 7-time batting champ, 3-time NL MVP, 3-time World Series champ, 24-time All-Star. And here's a good stat for us fantasy guys. 6,134 total bases. That's good for 2nd all-time. He fought in World War II. Got the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Obama a year or two ago. And his statue down at Busch is engraved with a quote from the former Commissioner of Baseball, Ford Frick. Here stands baseball's perfect warrior. Here stands baseball's perfect knight. So with that, The Boltzilla Bombers are going to dedicate the season to Stan the Man Musial. So with that, we'll get right down into it, fellas. Let's see. Worst keepers. Weeks for Evan. Piggybacking off the previous video. Victorino from Gay. Yeah, he might put up some numbers. He just got paid. I think his numbers are going to go down. Teixeira with me. I figured he's got a couple years left in him, but, you know, who knows now. Roy Halladay. Floric. Roy's like 57 years old. My sources out of spring tell me it's just fucking terrible. Maybe one good year left. Maybe next year you don't keep him. Aramis Ramirez, Evan, I think he's done. It was a fluke last year, possibly the year before. He's done this year though. Jimmy Rollins from the Guardy All-Stars. That dude, he's like 49 too. He's done. The whole fucking Phillies team, their average age is like 47. Lowry, you guys mentioned earlier, Jin and Yannick's. That dude's been traded like 18 times. Something's not right. Homer Bailey with Bronx. It was interesting. You know, maybe Adam thinks he got over the hump last year and he's finally gonna, you know, prove worthy of that 7th overall pick. Back in, I think, 04. You guys mentioned he was from Texas. So there's my worst keepers. We'll move straight into the best value draft picks. I'm going to kind of skip the first couple rounds and kind of go from like the 15th to the end. I like Peavy for Guardy in the 15th. Evan with Jansen from the Dodgers, great pick. Dude's going to, you know, strike out 100 through, 60 innings, something like that. Canerco in the 16th round. I think he's got one good solid year left in him. You know, that late, that's pretty solid. Swisher for Rory in the 16th. Carl Crawford in the 17th for Yannick. It's a gamble. Could pay off. He's been a keeper like the last 6, 7, 8 years. Late, good value. Hideki Kuroda. In the 18th by Gay. I mean, subpar, sub-4 ERA, should get 160 some strikeouts, maybe 15, 18 wins, you know. David Freese, Patty, in the 18th. Freese, if he wasn't hurt, he was probably going to go in the first couple rounds, but he fell all the way to the 18th. Could be huge if healthy for Patty. I like Brett Anderson in the 18th round for Yannick. Was he a keeper last year? Did Rory keep him maybe? But then here's where it gets good. The 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd rounds, I think there is some big draft picks that went in these few rounds. Hellickson, 19th, rated rookies. Boggs, 19th by Rory. Boggs is closing. Kendry Morales for me. He had a big spring. We'll see if he can put it all together from a few years ago. Parker for Floric. Lorenzo Kane for Bronx. That could pay off big time. Lance Lynn for Blunts in the 20th. That Cobb on Tampa Bay, 21st rated rookies. I like Cobb a lot. It kind of reminds me of Shields. Worth. Jason Worth in the 22nd. That could pay off big for me if healthy. That wrist. I thought he'd kind of go maybe in the 5th, 6th round, but he fell all the way down. Looks like our 12th round. So I'm hoping that could pay off my bench. Torrey Hunter, Guardy All-Stars, 22nd round. I mean, fuck, if that dude hits 285, gets 20 bombs, 90 RBIs, 80-some runs, it's a good pick. High-power offense in Detroit. Bronx, took my guy Segura. I think Milwaukee shortstop in the 22nd. He was on my board. That could pay huge. Then kind of we're going to go to the last couple rounds. Ackley with Yannick in the 26th. Yeah, we know. High expectations. Hasn't done much last few years. 2nd overall pick. Could he finally find it this year? I mean, if Yannick takes him that late and the fucking guy pays off, it's huge. Flo got my guy Andy Dirks in the 27th round. Had him on my board. And in the 30th round, that Aoki from Milwaukee, Genionics. I think he had a bad spring, but I mean, if that dude can go similar to last year, 280, 30, 40 steals, 80, 90 runs scored. I mean, that's a great last round pick. Go right into the worst picks of the draft. Only got a few. I thought the draft was overall pretty solid. Everyone did really well, pretty well. First round, I had some question marks. You guys mentioned Ike Davis, second overall, but Headley for Floric in the first round. I mean, he's hurt for the first month, the thumb or whatever, nothing major. But I don't think he's going to put up numbers like he did last year. I think he's going to bust out this year and be a bust. That's just my thing. Anibal Sanchez, Yannick in the 11th round. I think that was too early to take him. Personally, I think Detroit got hosed on that. $80 fucking million for that guy. I'm gonna hate on Joe. Guardy's All-Stars. Beltran in the second round, Mott in the third round, and then Carlos Marmol in the 18th. Beltran's career's over. I don't think he's going to do jack shit this year. Hopefully we see Oscar Taveras up sooner than later. Mott's hurt. We still don't know if that's going to be all year, if it's going to be 3 weeks, 3 months. Questionable pick, Guardy. And then Marmol in the 8th round. And then I'm going to hate on Patty for taking Berkman in the 20th. He probably won't even have 100 at-bats this year. So with that, we're almost done. That went pretty quick. My season predictions, my sabermetric consultants are telling me. So, brought in my analyst, and there's no doubt in their mind the Boltzilla Bombers and these Dominators are going to compete all year for first and second place. Back and forth. My numbers men are telling me it'll come down to 2 points with a week to go, and the Bombers win by 1.5 points. Book it, take it to Vegas, bet the house. The rest are up for grabs. A lot of teams are really, really close to getting to the top, but they still got some holes here and there. I like Kroom's team, needs some more pitching. Evans' team looks pretty solid. And my sleeper pick, I think, is Bronx. Bronx is going to have a very improved year from years past. And it should be interesting, fellas. But again, the Bombers and the Dominators will be 1-2 at the end of the year. Book it, baby. I'll talk to y'all next time.